Welcome to Tech Tip Tuesday. I'm Allison Rogers, Instructional Technology Specialist here at RISA, and today's Tech Tip Tuesday is going to focus specifically on how to use tab groups in Chrome to help you organize your many tabs and even simplify your workflow. You can now group tabs in Chrome together and label them with a custom name, color, or even emoji. You might be thinking, why would I want to organize the tabs in Chrome? Well, I think a lot of us sometimes can have many tabs open all at once, and so to organize our workflow and just our day-to-day of what we need to get accomplished, these tab groups might be helpful. So you can organize them by topic, you can organize them by urgency, like maybe you have a specific task that needs to be done as soon as possible, whereas another task needs to be done, later in the week, for example. As a teacher, you could be organizing your tabs based on things that need to be graded, or maybe you've got some lesson plan resources specific to, first hour, and you want to group all that stuff together instead of having, 50 tabs open that you have to navigate through. Or maybe you're have an upcoming meeting in a couple hours and you want to have the agenda and all of the resources and content for that meeting all housed in one tab group so it's easy to find and ready to go when that meeting starts. So those are just a couple of examples of how you could use tab groups. Now let's walk through the process. So for example, I've got my Tech Tip Tuesday slide deck. Let's say I want to put those resources or those tabs into a tab group. So I go to the tab that I wish to put into a group. I right-click, select Add Tab to Group, and since I don't have a Tech Tip Tuesday group already created, I select New Group. It gives me the option to title a group, and then I can select from these colors to customize. And I click Enter. So now I can see that this tab is in the Tech Tip Tuesday tab group because of the orange outline. If I were to click on the title, the tab will disappear to save room. If I click on it again, it pops back out. If I want to add another tab to my tab group, I can do one of two things. I can either right-click that tab and say Add Tab to Group and now select the group, or I can just drag and drop it over to that group, and now you can see that these two tabs are in my Tech Tip Tuesday tab group. And again, if I click the title, it disappears, comes back. Let's say I want to remove one of these tabs. I can right-click the tab I want to remove and say Remove from Group, and it pops it out of that group. So you can see that I've created several examples of this, and clicking on the title really helps save space. So for example, I've got a tab group for my 517 EdTech group. If I click on that title, the three tabs from within that group pop up, right? So I have labeled this by color and by specific title, so I know that all those resources that I'm working on, I can get to those later just by clicking the tab. Maybe you create a group for things you want to read or review later. Again, for teachers, perhaps you have your resources specific to hours within a tab. Or if you have a meeting coming up, you've got the agenda and the slide deck that you're going to be using all ready to go in a tab. Now let's say you're done with the tab, you've completed it, the meeting's over. You can either X out of the tabs, or you can just simply right-click the group and then either select Ungroup or Close Group. Close Group will close the tabs. Ungroup will pop all of the tabs out of that group. So if I'm just done with this and I want to close all the tabs, I'm going to just say Close Group, and it closes that group. So what's really nice is you can even label by name and color, but also you could add an emoji. So for example, I've got this little data graph emoji specifically for my Illuminate work, and so I have used the extension emoji keyboard, right? You can use a couple different resources, but this is what I use, and I find the emoji that I want to use, and maybe I want to create a to-do tab group. I can copy that, and then let's say I've got another tab group I want to create. I can right-click, add to new group, create a new group, and then instead of typing in the name of the group, I can just paste in that emoji, and now instead of the name, I have an emoji that I can click to hide or show the tabs for that tab group. And just like regular tabs, your groups are saved when you close and reopen Chrome, like they'll open back up, right? But they don't necessarily function like bookmarks per se, so you don't have a place where you can go and organize them. So I would recommend using this maybe day to day. So know that when you X out of it, there's not a place where you go to then organize all your groups. You have to create them again, or do the shortcut Control-Shift-T, right, and it'll bring it back. Or you can always go to your history and then open up your recently closed tabs that way to bring it back along with the group. So hopefully these Chrome tabs will help you organize your many tabs you might have open all at once. So that's it for today's Tech Tip Tuesday. If you have an idea, question, or suggestion for a Tech Tip Tuesday topic, email me and your idea may be featured in a future training or Tech Tip Tuesday blast.